guys, Finstar here, back with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about what we need to do to get ready to plant. Because planting season is right around the corner. This year, the Dunn Farms have something special going on, but we're going to be talking about that later. So let's go. So I'm here again with my dad, and today we're going to be talking about what you guys do on the farm in March. So what do you do in the farm in March?
Well, March is a lot like February at the beginning. We're still hauling a lot of grain. We're getting ready for the next year. It's typically cold and wet and yucky, so there's not a lot you can do outside. But as the month progresses and it starts to get to feel more like spring, we really start to do more things outside in terms of getting equipment ready and getting our seed delivered to us that we're going to plant in the coming weeks, and really start to get to the point where we're thinking about putting equipment out in the field.
Okay, well, that must be exciting.
And spring is always exciting. There's always a feel in the air that it's optimistic. You're excited about the new year, and it always feels like it's going to be a good year when you start.
Yeah, I can see that. So, isn't there something else going on though?
Well, this year we do have something kind of special. For the first time in over 10 years, we're getting a new planter. So we don't even actually have our planter on the farm yet. It's still being built. It's nearly done. I think we're going to have some video here that we're going to show of the planter. But this has been a new experience for us because for the first time ever, we're building a custom planter. So we're building one that's not just sitting on an equipment lot somewhere that we can just go pick up and buy. We're picking different parts to put together to make a planter that does exactly what we want it to do.
Okay, well that is really important.
Yeah.
So, isn't it shorter than your other planter?
Well, that is actually one of the things that's different about this one. This is a really high-tech planter, so the technology of delivering the seed from a bag, where we get it to the ground for it to start growing, has changed a lot over the last 10, 20, 30 years. And so this planter is going to allow me to plant a lot faster. So because I can go faster, I don't need to have as wide of a piece of equipment to cover acres. So the planter that I planted with through last year was a 90-foot wide planter. It was 36 rows, 30 inches apart. This one is going to be a 60-foot planter, so 24 rows, 30 inches apart. But I'll be able to do just as much, maybe more in a day, because I'll be able to go back and forth across the field at a higher speed while still placing the seed accurately into the soil.
Okay, well that seems like it would really help.
Yeah, and for the first time I'm going to have the ability to put multiple kinds of fertilizer on. I'm going to have some high-tech monitors in the cockpit of the tractor, so to speak, so that I'll be able to really watch to the individual seed what is happening as that planter places those seeds in the row. So the idea is I want to have equidistantly spaced seeds, perfectly spaced, 4 to 5 inches apart, and I'll be able to see that on my monitor to make sure that that planter is performing the way I want it to.
That seems like it really will help your planting season this year.
It should. It really should help. What it really should help is how much grain we produce at the end of the season, because we're gonna give everything the best start possible, and as it has a good start, hopefully that translates through the growing season to a good yield at the end.
Yeah. Okay. So soon we're gonna go see this planter, and I'm going to talk to my dad's friend Eric about what the main big differences are. Okay guys, see you there.
soil contact. So to have a plant grow very quickly, it needs to be tucked into soil and then have moisture around it. Placing the seed correctly, firming it into the soil, and then closing it shut.
Covering it back.
Okay, Dad. So before we wrap up this video, I have one question to ask you.
Sure.
Are you excited with your new planter?
I'm so excited. I can't wait for it to be time to plant corn.
I am too. So, what are 3 things you're most excited about?
That's a good question. There's lots of things I'm excited about, but if I had to pick 3, one of them we're sitting on. I think this is the first time we've had any piece of equipment, let alone a planter, but especially a planter that's on tracks. So you'll notice it doesn't have regular wheels; it has tracks like a tank. And the reason that we're doing that is that we've got an awful lot of weight on this planter. I mean, you look at all the metal that makes up the frame of the planter, and then up above we've got these giant tanks that hold the seed and tanks that hold the fertilizer, and all together that puts in a lot of weight that gets pressed down onto the ground. And all of that weight has to come, it's limited to that area that is touching the ground, right? So if you just have small tires, all of that weight is on a very small area where the tire touches the ground. With a track, you're spreading that out over a much bigger area. So each individual inch of the soil that has the planter traveling over it has much less pressure on it than it would have before. When that soil gets pressed down and compacted from that weight, it makes it very difficult for plant roots to go into the soil in that area. So you get soil compaction, and we call those pinch rows because the rows can't spread out. So I'm excited because this will make it much less likely that we have that problem. So that'll by itself improve the performance of the planter. But the other thing, that does sound helpful. The other thing I guess I'd point out is these tanks are bigger. So what we typically do is we'll put in a box that has 50 units of seed in it. So each unit will plant a little over 2 acres. So I've got 2 of these boxes that can each hold 50, right? So that's 100 units of seed that each plants a little over 2 acres. So that means in one fill of these tanks, I can plant over 200 acres of seed now. And I'm excited about that. I'll be able to go for a long time without having to refill. And then the other thing I guess I'm excited about is for the first time, this is the first time I will have a planter that can put 2 kinds of fertilizer on at one time. I've got some that'll go on up here, and this goes over to the side, so the seed trench is going to be put right down the middle of this. Imagine this strip, and I'm going to have the ability to put fertilizer on both sides of the seed. And then down here, I've got a way to put fertilizer right directly on the seed. So when that seed germinates, it's immediately going to have fertilizer. Consider it's almost like when a baby's born having nutrition, having milk right when it's born. So that's what this one will do. And then as it gets a little bit bigger and the roots start to spread out, it'll get to the fertilizer that I'm going to put over onto the side. So I'm really excited about being able to do that. I've never been able to do that before. So when we get in another month and we're out in the field and we can unfold this and we're all completely put together, we'll do another video and we'll show people how the planter actually works and gets the seed from that tank to the ground.
Okay, I'm excited for this to be able to work. So, in another month, we will make another video and show you what this really does. Okay guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.